Hey there, movie fans. This is going to be the DVDs of Shelf 8. We start with this one, which I cannot get out. Here it is, Road Trip. It's a funny movie. This is Ravenous, which is absolutely great cannibal horror movie. Over here we have the Red Pack Ultimate Collector's Edition, which includes Ocean's 11, the original version, Robin and the Seven Hoods, 4 for Texas, and Sergeant's 3. This is the digibook of Ray, the movie about Ray Charles. This is Ray Harryhausen, the early years collection. I still haven't seen this one. This is the Millennium Edition of Re-animator, and this is the Anchor Bay Collection box set of Re-animator. This is a spaghetti western called A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die, with James Coburn and Telly Savalas, and also with Bud Spencer. It's pretty good, actually. The Recruit, Red. This is a very good film with Brian Cox, and also with Robert Englund, aka Freddy Krueger. Very good film. Up here we have the Korean edition of Recycle. It's a very nice edition, this one. And it's actually quite a nice movie as well. Oh no, this one. Redbeard by Akira Kurosawa. Red Eye. Red Rock West. The Red Shoes, Criterion Collection. Red Sun. I used to have 2 different DVDs of this movie, but I gave the other one to Shagrat65. I think it's a very good western with Charles Bronson, Toshio Mifune, Alain Delon, and Ursula Andress. Almost forgot her name. Rain of Fire, The Reavers. This is the Mr. Blonde edition of Reservoir Dogs. You know, there are also other editions, but Michael Madsen is my favorite of the movie, in the movie. This is the Steelbook edition of Reservoir Dogs. This is the Dutch edition. And also here is another edition of the movie. It's the the gas can tin edition. And this is Ricochet, very good action movie, also very underrated. You don't hear much about this film. Return of the Living Dead. This is actually a glow-in-the-dark cover, by the way. Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Refivi, which is a fantastic French movie. This is the German steelbook of Right at Your Door. Very good film as well. The Ring. Ringu, the original version. Rio Grande. Rituals. This is Walt Disney's Robin Hood. This is Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Robinson Crusoe on Mars, Criterion edition. And this is also the Criterion edition of RoboCop. I believe this is the director's cut. And this is the RoboCop trilogy. This is what it looks like. The first one is, of course, is the best one. The second is very it's pretty good. Number 3 is well, let's not talk about number 3. Robot Monster. I absolutely love this film. This movie is so bad. It's just, yeah, it's just enjoyable to watch. And it even has a surprising ending, by the way. The Criterion Collection of The Rock. Roller Coaster. This is the Spanish DVD of Rolling Thunder. Up here we have the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Rio Bravo. Fantastic Western, this one. Romeo and Juliet. Romeo Must Die. Ronin, a very good film. The Roost. Rosemary's Baby, which is a classic horror movie. Rounders. The Rules of the Game, Criterion. Rumblefish by Francis Ford Coppola. Ronnie Scared, which is really a great film. This also includes the comic book. And here it is, a small comic book. This is Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3. Over here we have The Seven Samurai, Kurosawa masterpiece. This is the Sabata trilogy, which is, 3 spaghetti westerns with Lee Van Cleef and Jules Brunner. Van Cleef stars in the first movie and in the third movie, and Jules Brunner stars in the second one. I think they play the same character, but I kind of imagine that they are brothers, kind of like the Sabata brothers. And I also thought, now, it would have been cool if they made a fourth movie in which they both star in as the brothers, and then they will fight against the Mexican army, maybe. That would have been cool, but that's just my imagination. But these are pretty good films, especially the first one. I really loved the first movie. Sahara, which is okay. Sodom's Lot. This is actually a pretty good vampire movie. Le Samurai, which is certainly one of the coolest movie I've ever seen, with one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. The Sand Pebbles, a great film with Steve McQueen. Sauna, also very creepy and very bleak movie. I believe this is from, I don't know which country this is from, though. Well, anyway. The Savage Innocence. I believe this movie, or this edition, is out of print now. I think the company Eureka has lost the rights of this movie, and yeah, I don't know exactly what the story is, but I think they lost the rights, and they could not release this DVD anymore. It went out of print very fast, and yeah, I should have done my homework better, because I know this movie is out of print now, but I don't know if it's still hard to get, but I'm sure it's going for crazy money on eBay or something. But yeah, I'm glad to have this. I know this is out of print though. Savage Streets with Linda Blair, the 2-disc special edition. Well, it's a great exploitation movie, is it? This is the Saving Private Ryan box set, which includes, the movie Saving Private Ryan. It also includes 2 documentaries about the war, A Price for Peace and Shooting War, which is an excellent documentary. This is Saw, the uncut edition. Also come with this, blood thing. And this is Shaw 2, the lenticular cover. Up here we have Samurai Zombie, which was okay. And this is Samurai Princess. This is Shaw 4, the Extreme Limited Edition. And these are, of course, the media books that I have of Shaw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, I know there's also another version of Shaw 3. This is actually the theatrical version. And there is another version, which is the unrated version, which is very hard to get. But I don't know why they separated the unrated version, because the other edition includes the unrated version as well. But I don't know. Up here we have Slice, which is actually a very good film from Thailand, and there's a twist in this movie that is just really great. It's about this guy, a hitman who had to work for the police. He had to find a serial killer who actually murders people and cut them up, and you have to throw them in this red suitcase. That's a very good film. She-Ra, Princess of Power. Yeah, actually, this is animation series that I grew up on. Der Schrecken von Kung Fu. I forgot what the English title is of this movie. This is a spaghetti western that takes place in Japan. This is the Sci-Fi Boys, which is an entertaining documentary about science fiction fans and all that. The Score. This is the Scream, the Ultimate Scream Collection, which has 1, 2, and 3. I also have part 4 on Blu-ray. Screamers. Up here we have School of Rock and Shanghai Noon. This is Cary Grant screen legend box set with Father Goose, The Awful Truth, Bringing Up Baby, and Holiday. This is 7, the Digipack. This is the German box set of the Sergio Sollima Italo box, Western box. It contains 3 spaghetti westerns, including The Big Showdown with Lee Van Cleef, and Face to Face, I believe the English name is. And the other, I don't know what the English name is of the other one, but this is actually a very nice edition. Also comes with a very thick book there, which is in German, but it's nice to have this for spaghetti western fans. Serpico, it's a great film. The 7 Ups, Shadow of the Vampire. This is the Shaft triple feature with the original Shaft, Shaft Big Score, and Shaft in Africa. The original Shaft, by the way, is the first blaxploitation movie that was produced by a major Hollywood studio. Blaxploitation were, these independent movies that brought a lot of money, and Hollywood, of course, wanted to join the success of the blaxploitation, so they came up with the Shaft as the first Hollywood blaxploitation movies, and these are classics. Really, I really like these films. And this is, of course, the Samuel L. Jackson version. This is not a remake, actually. I think it's more of a spin-off, because Samuel L. Jackson plays the nephew of the original Shaft, who was also in the movie. He's right here, Richard Roundtree. I can't get it focused, but this movie is okay. This is The Sound of Music. Shane, which is a classic western. This is the Korean edition of Shaolin Soccer, which is a very funny kung fu comedy from Stephen Chow. He also did Kung Fu Hustle, which is another funny kung fu movie. The Sheik, a silent classic film with Rudolph Valentino. It also includes the sequel, The Son of the Sheik. Shoeshine, beautiful movie. This is Shogun. I still haven't seen this one yet. I had this for so long in my collection. I still haven't seen it. Shogun's Samurai, a movie by Kinji Fukasaku, the director of Battle Royale, a great samurai movie. Shortcuts, Criterion edition. Sick Girl, which is a pretty sick and twisted movie. Excuse me. Yeah, very sick, I can tell you. This is the 2-disc deluxe limited edition of The Shawshank Redemption. This also includes the CD soundtrack and a book in there. This is Sideways, The Siege, Signs, The Silence of the Lambs, Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is from Arrow Video. Sin City, recut, extended, and unrated. It also includes the graphic novel. Yeah. Sisters, the Criterion edition. The Sixth Sense. Skeleton Key, which was okay. Sleeping Hollow. I really love this film. Sling Blade by Billy Bob Thornton. Slither, which is a great horror comedy. Up here we have, well, there's nothing here. Here it is. Silent Hill. This is the Japanese edition. Also has the Blu-ray in there of the movie. Small Soldiers. This is a lot of fun. Snake Eyes. Snakes on a Plane. Sniper. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Solaris, the Criterion edition. And this is the remake by Steven Soderbergh. Soul Survivor. This is the Sunny Shiba action pack, which includes Virus, Go-Go 13, and Bullet Train. Sunny Boy, which is a Dutch movie. It's actually a beautiful story, but the movie, it could have been, they could have, do it a little better. I mean, it is a beautiful movie, but some of the acting is quite poor, to be honest with you. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Soylent Green. And the last one is Space Cowboys. And that's it for this shelf. I will be back with the next shelf pretty soon. So stay tuned. Bye. And thanks for watching, by the way.